next on the next topic of conversation.
Hi, I'm Bianca.
And I'm Byron.
Welcome to Self-Made, the home of entrepreneurship.
That's very topical. Petrol
Byron's
shortage.
pointing at a petrol station, just for those of you who cannot see what he's pointing at.
Petrol shortage.
Yep. Incompetence is the answer to your question that you haven't asked.
So I want to know from the people, why are we having a fuel shortage? In big bad boy Britain, with infrastructure and we're a civil country, you know. Why do we have any fuel? What's your thoughts?
Byron, as the government have told you more than once, there is not a fuel shortage. There is a people shortage.
There's a shortage of drivers. That makes no sense, you know. Who said that? It's outrageous.
The head of travel and that.
He said there's no fuel shortage, so don't panic. There's just a shortage of the supply.
Of the drivers who can bring it in.
Does that make any sense? Well, if he can't bring the fuel in,
there's a shortage.
It's outrageous. I swear they think we're stupid.
Yeah, I know. And you know what the worst thing about that is? He said that out loud, so he believes it. He must do. Because why else would you say that? No, for what? That makes no sense. Yes, there's no fuel shortage the
fuel is there in abundance.
Fuel is there in abundance. Great.
But if it's not at the pump, there's a shortage.
There's a shortage. Because I can't get it out of its source, can I?
But like I said earlier, right? I think, people are asking, do you think it's a conspiracy? I've heard that there's a new fuel that they're putting out, and they're trying to get rid of the old fuel and all this kind of stuff.
I heard this morning they're trying to sell the fuel that they missed out of selling during the pandemic.
Yeah, all this stuff, right?
People are driving anyway.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
So, but I simply think it's a lack of first of all, incompetence.
Lack of planning.
Lack of planning, but a lack of leadership. Because when I was, of course, there's the truth and there's the truth, but but when I was listening to one show, the guy was saying, I think he was from deals with the haulage or whatever. He was saying that they were warning the government about this months and months and months ago, and as a result of that, they weren't really paying attention, and it had to take people queuing at the pumps to listen. So we're in this situation for that very reason. And I was like, really?
So but by inference then, has he pushed them to listen by not delivering some of the fuel?
No, he didn't have it. No. I think he was highlighting that they have a shortage of drivers and they should do something about it. They didn't do anything about it. When the shortage became a shortage, then they said, oh, well, we'll give 5,000 European drivers visas to help us bring the fuel in. Well, I don't know what.
But you know what the question beyond
temporary
that?
Solution that is.
I mean, it's stupid, and I don't know how long the visa's like 3 months, isn't it, or something?
Well, they're going to extend that visa will become a permanent visa.
Yeah, but so then what was the point of Brexit? Anyway, that aside, what I find really odd is if you know there's an issue and you haven't got enough drivers, but steadily it's been fine, people have been getting petrol, why would you announce it on the news?
Yeah, fear.
Well, why would you do that?
That's what the news is about, right? When do you ever get
positive?
When do you ever get things on the news that inspire you to do something amazing, or encourage you, or put you in a particular space? Like that's why it's called programming your brain.
Do you believe that though?
Do you know what? I think definitely. Like if you think about things that you see on television, right? These programs are not led to make you invest in your home, to make you invest in property, or invest into various things that can help you. Like you don't get positive programming. No, it's like 1%. What do they put on the news that gives you?
Not on the news, but programming in general. There are some, but not on the news. Yeah, I'd agree.
Everything's based on fear. And unfortunately, this is what we've been watching for a long time. We have to recondition yourself. I don't really watch TV now, but I had been watching television for a long time. I don't watch the news hardly. I dip in when I want to dip in, and I dip out when I want to dip out. But I just think that They really and truly, whoever put that story out, who put that story? If they knew, because they know, once they announce there's going to be a shortage of fuel, what's everyone going to do?
The funny thing about that is, I didn't hear it on the news. Did you? When it first came out.
I didn't know.
I only heard it. I think my mum was like, "Oh yeah, on the news they're saying there's a fuel shortage. Go and get some." And I was like, "Oh yeah, whatever, mum." Like, I didn't really take it that seriously.
Then when you see the queues in the pub, you're like, hang on, people queuing for fuel?
Yeah.
I better get my fuel.
Maybe that's the fact that we don't watch the news.
It's that herd mentality.
Yeah. But it's survival of the fittest, isn't it? I can't even blame them, because everyone wants to be able to go about their business, do what they want to do on a day-to-day basis. They bought a car so that they can use it. No one wants to be without the resource required to make that car function. You can't blame people for doing that, and you can't expect everyone to ration it on the behalf of everyone else, really.
So the next question is, are more people going to go to electric, and will you consider electric?
But that's the story, isn't it? That the government has done this to encourage people to go to electric, isn't that?
They're making too much money on. They need people to buy fuel. Do you know how much tax is on fuel? It's like 60p in a pound plus VAT. It's massive. They need you to buy fuel.
And electricity is not the same, is it, in terms of the tax? But they might then tax the electric cars and stuff soon. Right now they've incentivized.
Right now, come into central London, it's for free. Yeah. Park here for 60p.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Mark my words. Timestamp this video. Right. 10 years time. Too many electric cars on the road. Right. It's 2021 right now. Watch. 10 years time, too many electric cars on the road. So now there's going to be a fee if you're travelling into London to reduce congestion. You're going to get screwed.
Do electric cars still pay for congestion charge?
I think they're exempt. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly sure.
I don't see how they would prevent. They're still cars.
But it's an incentive. I'm fairly sure you don't. You have to pay congestion.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure. No congestion.
Maybe. Well, would it encourage me to get an electric car? I don't know. My experience of charging the car the other day, obviously it was a hybrid car.
Bianca problems.
It's not a Bianca problem. How's that a Bianca problem?
Oh, my experience of charging the car.
Because you didn't charge it and I went and charged it. That sounds like I did you a service. Anyway, I went to the shop. You're right. It's a hybrid car, so obviously I usually just get petrol. And I was like, oh, can I charge this thing? It's not our car, just for clarity. And I was thinking, how do you not know that? Why did you buy the car? You didn't know it's not our car. I've got it temporarily. And so I've always just filled it up, and the petrol lasts forever because it's electric, and it balances out. It charges itself. Anyway, it charges itself, and so I was like, okay, let me go charge it. 45 minutes I was sitting in the petrol station with it charging, and he charged like halfway. It said something like 20 something miles.
It does 21 miles.
Wow, that's crazy.
Look, people are parking in the petrol station while they're waiting for the. When you get fuel, I'm first in the queue, mate.
That's why they broke us out. Maybe they work there. Maybe that's why they park there.
Oh, it's a big van with signage on it.
Yeah, okay, maybe not then.
It's a good
maybe
try.
he knows the deliveries.
Yeah, he knows that.
He knows the guy.
If he waits there, he'll get fuel. If you ain't got fuel, what do you do?
Yeah, so true.
Someone design an app, please. Find fuel here.
Which petrol station has fuel? But yes, just it's a nightmare. It's one with the queue.
Yeah. So how
would you get an electric?
Yeah.
We were looking at it anyway.
Oh yeah.
We went electric car shopping. What? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
We just didn't do it. Whatever. Yeah, I think I'd consider it a good one. Yeah.
So people, what electric car would you get, if any? And what do you think about the situation, a lack of fuel?
And would you go fully electric or hybrid?
If you go electric, go electric. You ain't got time to find.
Sometimes you got time to be waiting for it to charge either.
Now they have superchargers. My pal was telling me that half the machines to charge the cars don't work.
What? Why?
Broker. He was saying, he's got.
They don't work. Why don't they work?
He was saying half of them are broken in most petrol stations. I was like, really? It's like, don't start. Anyway.
Let us know what your thoughts are. Is it a conspiracy? Is there a conspiracy? Is it just poor leadership? And are you going to go electric? I think those are the questions.
something like that.
Something like that.
People, until next time,
I'm Bianca.
and I'm Byron.
Self-made
It's success.
and the home of entrepreneurship.
Oh, yes.